it has been a while, and I have looked forward to playing this again, but unfortunately for me, I have been swamped with other stuff. We have so many other games that we're playing lately. We have so much more stuff to do. We still have to do Linny's story in Genshin. We still have to do the Monkey Island stuff in Sea of Thieves. Apparently, you all that watch this channel really enjoy the Lost Branch playthroughs, so we're going to keep doing those. And that might become a regular thing. We might actually add an extra day of streaming a week just to do that, because it's a quick 2 hours, or 2.5 hours on average, so that I might be able to slot into my schedule. Yeah, that's that. I fiddled around with the settings as well while I was updating the game, so hopefully we don't have as many problems as we did in the last Honkai stream. Alright, now let's just check on what's going on here. Cool. There's been a new update. That's how long it's been since we played this game. Also, I just realized just now that if you're playing this game on controller, the A and B are swapped from what they are on Genshin. Herta's manuscript. Species of the Galaxy. Alright, so Lingering Shadows. We're still doing the Lingering Shadows mission, so let's just do that. Oh, she's right over there. Okay, that's easy enough.
You're awake. I had March and Dan Hung stay by the Express to keep an eye on things.
It has been so long, I forgot that's what her voice sounds like.
It's almost time. She should be arriving any moment now.
Who's she?
I've only been gone, what, a few months? And the space station is already in this state?
Welcome back, Herta.
Okay, so this is Herta.
This is the true master of the space station. Genius Society number 83, Herta.
Those are some doll joints there. What are those type of doll joints called? I think they're called ball joints?
At least give me a proper introduction. Genius Society number 83? Of all my outstanding achievements, that's what you want to mention?
Space Station Herta? You're a robot. That blank stare. Ugh. Heh, Genius Society.
Yeah, up to speed yet? That place you all turned upside down? That's my property.
This is not like the soft-spoken voice I was expecting from Herta. I was expecting something with a little bit more airs and sophistication. Maybe a bit more of a cocksure attitude. Or a oh ho 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 type personality. That was what I was expecting.
So, this little twerp has the Stellaron now? Huh. I'll have to take a good look.
Her voice is so quiet, and that's not just because I turned down, like, the audio.
Truly amazing. I built a whole space station just to contain this unactivated Stellaron and keep the blue from disaster. Yet someone was able to achieve that with this little twerp's body? How did they do it?
They just kind of just shoved it in there. I think that's all they had to do.
Moreover, the Stellaron is still very stable in her body.
You're right. This little one's body truly is strange.
I think it's funny that the default name for the character is Stell, which is literally just they took the Aron off at the end of her name. Don't call me little one. My name is Can. Must you two discuss this right in front of me?
You can leave. I'm discussing science with what's her face? Himiko? Science exists in objectivity. There's nothing to be secretive about.
You know what? Fair. I agree with that.
But as far as you're concerned, I think it would be better for you to listen in. After all, I have a lot of plans ahead involving you. Speaking of which, Himiko? Can I bring her in for some research?
That's not up to me to decide. You can ask her yourself.
No way. Study what? What's your price?
Study you, of course. Your body contains a Stellaron, which in some sense is no different than storing a bomb. Who knows what might happen? Maybe it'll blow you to bits someday.
Thank you for addressing that. Wasn't Stellaron another word for, like, cancer of the universe or something?
You should be grateful that this genius is willing to help you out. I still have some interest now, but once that's gone, I'm not studying you even if you beg me.
That's the kind of personality I was expecting from this character.
I'm very interested now. So there's almost nothing I won't accommodate. A Stellaron in your body? How interesting is that? Be grateful that I'm offering to help you out. This is a service even the IPC can't buy.
You understand now? Herta wants you to stay in her space station.
Well, I'm going to have to modify your wording here. This little twerp can only stay temporarily until the research is done. Or maybe I'll lose interest halfway through and they can just beat it.
And after that?
Not my problem.
Alright.
You also have another option. The Astral Express. If you want, you can leave with us.
Oh, you're gonna make me choose between my two loves, science and trains.
The Express has its fair share of experiences with Stellarons. The thing you're worried about and the answers we're looking for are one and the same. Besides, we can come back anytime to let Herta conduct her research. She's absolutely fascinated now.
Aha, switch to mouse.
Well, works for me. Keeps this subject fresh, too. And that way, I won't need to keep worrying about this little twerp all the time. Perfect.
Get on the express or stay behind. You really are the most self-centered person I've ever met. I've met worse.
My advice would be to get on. You're not doing me that big of a favor by staying anyway. Just remember to come back often. Make an appointment in advance with Asta or Arlen so I can make time to study you.
There's no need to rush into this, Herta. Asta's in the Master Control Zone. Let's let her have a talk with Asta first and decide for herself. I'll be waiting for you on the platform. It's no hurry if you still have things to do or someone to see. Come find me when you've made your decision.
Oh, great. We're being texted. Hey, it's Herta. I need you for something good. Come to my office quickly. I'm waiting. But you're right next to me. Can't you just tell me? I am currently unavailable and won't... Automatic reply. No, it's not an automatic reply. Fuck you. This account is disabled. Business contact Asta. Himiko's left the team. I've lost control. Switching control modes is prohibited during the tutorial. Continue to play the game with controller or restart the game client. Alright.
Nice.
Alright. Oh, that's right. There we go. Lingering shadows go to Herta's office.
If you have something to say, just say it.
I haven't completely lost interest in you. Ask what you gotta ask. Well... How many puppets do you have? There are 249 in service. Another 32 as backups. I can't be bothered to control their walking, so I just keep plenty around each area. What's in your collection here on the station? Curios that are mildly interesting and people who are utterly boring. You seem to own a lot of curios. Can I have one? Would you ask someone who's sentenced to life to share some prison time with you just because that person can? If you would, it means you're funny. If you wouldn't, it means you're smart. Why do you own this space station, and how do you run it? The IPC doesn't mind either another investment, and I didn't reject their offer. As for the day-to-day, you need to ask Asta. Yep, whatever. Alright, lingering shadows, go to Herta's office. I forget, can't jump. I can run, though. Collect all the books. Alright, Herta's office. Is that a spoiler right there on the loading screen? Dan Hung's true form? What the hell was that about? Ooh, now we get to hear what Stella has to say.
Zendar 1 Kulbara, Genius Society member 1. I hung up his portrait purely out of respect. Without him, there would be no Genius Society today. Frankly, I don't know what he has achieved. None of his books and inventions have survived. But there's gotta be a place for the founder of the society, right? Polka Kakamund, member 4 of the Genius Society. A woman full of mystery. Many people in the society died by her hand. I haven't heard anything about her for many years, but I firmly believe she is still alive. Hey, Lord of Silence, if you're here, if you're listening, I'm member 83 Herta, and I want to meet you. I believe you and I will have a lot to talk about. This is Aiden, member 22 of the Genius Society. The most selfless and the strangest one. He spent his whole life helping others. Personally, I don't see the point.
You wouldn't.
But the society is famous thanks to him. The Astral Peace Corporation has been trying to find a replacement ever since his death. They searched for many Amber Eras, but no genius was willing to lower their head to the IPC. Until they found me. Oh, Elias Salas, such a lovely old fellow. He is member 56 of the Genius Society, one of the only 2 publicly elected ministers in the society's history. Be grateful to him. He created the Synthesia beacons and overrange remote sensing, the cornerstones of modern cosmic communication.
He's the Alexander Graham Bell of space.
However, he did not disclose his inventions to the public. So I hereby certify that the rights of these 2 technologies belong to the Intelligentsia Guild. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of the guild, but it is impressive that they managed to reproduce Elias Salas's inventions.
Now, this is the one that Silver Wolf and Kafka didn't know anything about, so that's nice to know.
Member 76 of the Genius Society, Screwlum. I've known him for a long time. He's a really good man, a gentleman with an exceptional mechanical mind. I've learned a lot from him. Recently, I have been working with him and Ron May on a project. I hope this project can help us get closer to the greatest mystery of the universe.
Alright, well that was a lot of cool lore and information. Okay, which puppet number are you?
Hey, there you are.
How did you get here so soon? We already figured it out because we asked the other one.
I haven't moved. What you're seeing is one of my remote-controlled puppets. They're all over the station. I just connect to one wherever I am needed.
Just a reminder, the Raiden Shogun is literally just the same as this in Genshin. It's not really a spoiler, it's just something that people forget.
Enough chit-chat. I am working on a big project with a few colleagues. If we succeed, it will answer the ultimate question that's been puzzling us for thousands of amber eras. The truth about eons. Eons. Think about it. What mystical existences. Some eons used to be ordinary humans like you and me, but somehow they managed to obtain power beyond our imagination. They are mysterious, powerful, silent, and terrifying. It's hard to explain all the mysteries surrounding them.
Alright.
How were they created? Why were they created? What were they created for? Have you ever thought about these questions?
Can you start with what is an Aeon? Oh god. I can't help it. 42.
What? Are you even listening to me? We want to solve the mystery behind the eons. Right now, I want you to participate in this project.
But I just gave you the answer.
The four geniuses of the society wrote a program together. You see the big machine in the office? That machine contains a universe. Just like the universe we live in, but it's more streamlined and customized.
Uh-huh.
I call it the Metaverse.
Oh god, please don't. Seriously, don't ride the hype train, goddamn. What the fuck is with this character's dialogue? Seriously, don't ride that hype train.
Really? That's what my partner said as well. Fine, I am a team player. Then let's call it the simulated universe.
Oh god, thank god.
Now go and experience it for yourself. I will guide you in the simulated universe to make sure nothing happens to you. I'll even give you a substantial reward.
Wasn't there a Donald Trump reference in like the first half of my playthrough so far? Now we get over to make fun of Mark Zuckerberg? Okay, I don't care how bad this game turns out to be later. 10 out of 10. Great dialogue. Would play again. Simulated Universe. First closed beta. Start. Travel log. Acquire quest is performed. Long road ahead. Trailblaze mission available. Unlocked after completing a Dragon Gallant Ocean Distant. Aptitude Showcase. Trailblazing Will. I don't know what these are. Starkist Synchrony. Oh. Herta, obtained after first completing the Trailblaze mission, Simulated Universe first closed beta. Natasha, obtained after completing Trailblaze mission, Lying in Rust. So it looks like we get 2 more free characters if we just play a little bit further. After reaching clear the Forgotten Hall, Memory Stage 3 to obtain the character Chingsui. Okay. Interesting. Quid pro quo. missions. Alright, so we're in a new mission overall. Today is yesterday's tomorrow. The voyage continues. Complete simulated universe one time. Simulated universe first close beta. Enter the simulated universe. I don't like the way the quests are sorted here. Yes, just stand there and the computer will read your brainwaves and automatically generate an immersive simulated experience. Can you see this message? If you do, just tap anywhere on the screen. Okay. Your body is still sitting in the office. This is a simulated universe generated by your memories. This is only the alpha test server where the features are not fully available. Now try to walk around. See, you can move around now. I want you to play. You can get Kuru and I'm a healer, but... ... I'm assuming you're referring to Herta and Natasha. That's a level 7 anti-matter. Is there anything in here I can grab? Okay, I've figured out what the attack button is. I am now remembering how to play. Punch. I mean, bonk.
It's too late to repent.
Oh, it took Asta out of my team comp, it looks like. Activate 2x speed to experience faster combat. I don't think I need to do that. Activate auto battle to automatically use abilities in combat.
My turn.
Let's go.
Right.
I told ya I could fight. Watch this.
That was easy. Clip-off. There's a murmur in the amber sky. It's dusk. You look up and find a countless copper ore, amber, and opal falling from the sky. This wondrous mineral rain in the steam of colossal things stretched over their spine from the mantle of the sledgehammer. Gripped in their broad palm, you open your eyes and realize that this is actually Clip-off, the Aeon of Preservation. This is an Aeon? Okay. This is a new trick by Herta? Is this some kind of role-playing? There is a huge roar around them. This is a warning for you. Then they disappear before your eyes. What is this? Genius Society number 83 Herta. It's a blob with a face. Our calculations are correct. I thought the Aeon of Preservation has really appeared. Herta's voice suddenly sounded, and she let out an ambiguous giggle. The Aeon of Trailblaze. Akavili's revival is attracted to an old friend. They have run away. Tell me more stories about the relationship between the Aeons. What? What you saw was a simulated Aeon, carefully cultivated by Ruan Mei and Sharellum. The simulated Aeons will ignore us just like the real ones, so I set your simulated identity as Akavili, Aeon of Trailblaze, to attract them. With a click of her tongue, Herta says, "Now it seems my judgment is correct. Next time you run into the Aeons, try to get something out of them." What do you want to know? You must know more about the gossip than I do. Myths of the Aeons, anecdotes, love stories, the origin of the universe, anything will do. Herta was annoyed. Just think of something. I'll cover for you this test. See, I used my clearance to enhance your blessings. Now you can go and have some fun. Don't ask why, just thank me. Go pick one. When a character inflicts weakness break on a target, gain shield. Characters receive a shield until the end of turn. Upon entering a battle, all characters gain shield. Let's go with that one. Use preservation blessings to increase your survivability. Look for opportunities to improve your combat strength. Have the audience of the Amber Lord again. Oh, we have trial versions of our characters, so we're not even in playing my own characters here. That's why I don't have Asta here. Akavili, the Trailblazer, might just be Ether. I don't know how connected Honkai lore is to Genshin lore. They might be connected because it's a multiverse and whatnot, so I don't doubt it.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Batter up!
You can't run!
Alright, this should be easy.
Try that again!
Rules are made to be broken.
Let's just end this.
You've outstayed your welcome!
Bonk. Bonk indeed. Alas, Kliploth didn't come. I guessed as much. Pick the blessing that turns the shields into damage and hurry onward. You gonna tell me what to grab? Here to receive shields, a small chance of removing debuff. After attacking enemies, attacking character deals quake damage. Shield characters receive reduced damage. Alright. Punch. 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 Push. There we go.
It's too late to repent.
To speed up the process, you're gonna fight 3 times in a row. This is not how the simulated inner trial breaks, but I'm running out of patience. Be sure to collect the preservation blessings, okay? See if we can get the Gwiploth to visit once more.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Big arrow.
Watch this!
Let's go. Take this!
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Honestly, I'm just gonna
The
have you
truth
do
of
as
life
much
and
damage
death,
as possible to one
revealed in an
target.
instant.
The small guys are weak. Let's see if you can just delete one of them for me.
It's but a vision. Grab!
Critical.
You can't run!
Alright.
You have the worst luck running into me. With me out here, how can we lose? Try that again.
Let's make it quick.
It's too late to repent.
Easy. Final mode.
Rules are made to be broken.
Hit him with the bonk.
You don't say you're welcome.
I told ya I could fight. You can't run!
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Alright.
Let's go. Take this!
It's too late to repent.
And battle over. Come on. The character is hit by an attack, deals quake damage to the attacking enemy based on the total shield. Yeah, that sounds good. Darn it. Already in hands. Quake damage increases and is blasted to all enemies. When a character receives a shield, increase the maximum damage that can be absorbed by the shield. Well, they probably won't come. Quake damage increases. Sorry, I temporarily revoked your activity permissions. I need to apologize to you about something. I confess I'm a little too eager for success. I won't interfere with the system again. Just play as you like. Gliploth's appearance was probably just a coincidence. That's it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Defeat the boss.
Keep at it. We need a strategy.
Okay, here's my strategy. Bonk.
Move carefully.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move! My turn. With me out here, how can we lose?
Alright. Let's just focus on eliminating the side guys first. One down.
Try that again.
Just a scratch.
You can't run.
And then there was one.
The truth of life and death, revealed in this sanctuary, is but a vision.
Come on. There we go. That does some damage.
Stay right there while I give you a present. Try
Ow.
that again.
Extra action.
You can't run.
step aside. I have no interest in...
And there you go. Easy peasy. Fight is over, you wait in place, but nothing happens. Go on. There is a long silence followed by a deep sigh from Herta. I was expecting them to appear. Never mind. I'll switch off the simulated universe then. It'll only take a second. You won't feel a thing. Let's chat back in reality. Simulated universe says nothing. Can you say it would only take a second? They came. You hear Herta's stunned words. No, not them. It's another Aeon. It's... Her voice suddenly drifts off. You have a strange feeling about this, as if Herta's words solidified. The whole simulated universe became somehow unreal. Fully. You see a blurry figure made out of mirror fragments, and their facial features are repeatedly refracted by the prism to form a mystery. Countless memories spring up before your eyes. You see Kafka. Her body is stretched, deformed, and rubbed together with the umbrella in her hand, turning into water droplets falling at your feet. What? You find yourself become a weeping Adelvum baby in the uncut umbilical cord. You remember that there is a golden scar on your body and a golden blood flowing on a dying planet. You find yourself dark-skinned and wearing a robe on a wasteland. You find that you are a swift shadow across the abyss, reaching out to catch a shooting star. Then their voice suddenly came. The robe flutters and wraps around your dark skin. You laugh. At exploration, the silk threads spin, overlap, and weave into oceanic words. Every word they say is connected to each other. Like a whisper, before you could say anything, they suddenly disappear. Let's talk about Kafka. Let's talk about Kafka. We did it, Herta yells with excitement. That was Fully. Though you were the fallen Akavili, so they actively started a conversation with you. Fully is valuable to our research because they have memories of all beings, and know almost as much about everything as the Aeon of Erudition. Come on out. Can I wait? Come on out. I want to upgrade the simulated universe. You need to stay in there even longer for the future. Oh boy. You said you wouldn't interfere anymore. Feels like a hook is pulled out of your belly button and your entire body tumbled in a circle. When you open your eyes, you're already back in Herta's office. Your first experience of the simulated universe has ended. Well, that was interesting. Success. I have to tell this news to Steven right away. Don't just stand there. Go in again for a walk and see if you can get a few more words out of them or something. You should show me some respect. You have no right to order me around. Alright, I'll go now then. I've upgraded the simulated universe. Now it has even more RAM. Oh no. It can support longer sessions. Guess the last round was pretty boring, so I'll get Steven to add some more fun stuff. This part specifically made for you. I hope you have lots of fun. Yay, I love fun games. Not as good as getting the rewards in real life. I don't trust people's definition of fun. I love fun games. Steven said the same. I don't really get it, but whatever. What's more important is that the rewards have also increased. Overall, this is a long-scheduled version update with longer gameplay, more content, better rewards, and a more bizarre difficulty curve. So get ready and prepare to get back in the simulated universe beta test. I will help you out more. Alright. That's a lot of dolls. Oh god, is she playing with the two versions of the Trailblazer? I can see Stell and Kalis, or whatever the male one's called. Close. she's so small. Alright. Super Composition 1, learn, increases the wearer's ultimate damage by 28%. That's a large number. How do you enhance these? Ah, with this stuff. Got it. Back. Missions. Today is yesterday's tomorrow. The Voyage Continues. Leave Herta's office. Adventure mission. Simulated universe. Closed second beta. ×2 speed, mission, and blessings. Simulated universe blessings after defeating enemies, which is effective only in the current exploration. Cool. Well, that was neat. I hate that the buttons are swapped. We've tried the Asta comp, so let's try a new comp. Add. Oops. So Y enables the team. Got it. That's a big hammer. Level 1. How many of these do I have?
Perfect.
Alright. Well, that's my highest level character now, by accident. Oh, she's also the ice element. Interesting. It looks like I could have just gotten to a really high level Trailblazer really quickly, I guess. Alright. Oh, so it doesn't look like I get to pick my party in here. Interesting. Punch. Bonk.
It's too late to repent.
I told ya I could fight. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Let's go.
I like that we get that little chip damage whenever she does something. The strange thing happened again. A chill creeps up your spine, mist clouds your eyes, and you see the familiar vision appearing again. This time they are even closer. You can feel their presence and power. Fully, the Aeon of Remembrance appears again. They float midair, bowing their head above. Are they looking at you? You are not sure which section is their eyes. I'm guessing it's under that veil thing at the top. You tell yourself to stay sober and complete the mission. Speak to them. How did you manage to control my mind? Chaos turns into time. Your dereliction of duty will pass. The volume is no longer proportional. The steps are reduced. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 feet. Away, everything can be careful. Elio, the train moves forward. The baby falls to the ground. The cancer is growing. They respond to you after hearing what you say. You feel the chill on your face and your hairs and skin shudder. Then they draw away and disappear in an instant. You feel relieved. You hear Herta's voice just at the right time. You met Fuli again. Well done. Previous testers never even got a response from Fuli. Sounds like she has settled down from her excitement, and her voice has returned in her usual emotionless and mechanical register. You still watching me? Just what did you upgrade? What do you think an upgrade is? The next version of the video game. Some tiny rewards handed out every 1.5 months. Herta starts. Ugh. This is a whole micro-universe. If you could see all the changes at a glance, why would we spend all the time training a universe? I could just build a garden for your express instead. There's a downloader just a little further ahead. Remember to use it to expand your team. Your brain is gradually adapting to the simulated universe, and the available RAM will gradually become accessible for you so you can play with a little more people. Alright, snap out of it. Go and choose your blessing. Blessing of Remembrance, manifested in ice, which will enhance freeze effects and buffs. After a character breaks an enemy's weakness, ignore the enemy's freeze resistance and apply dissociation. Debuff caused by specific blessings of remembrance. If the enemy is considered frozen, they will be unable to act for the designated number of turns. After a freeze is removed, it deals additional ice damage equal to 30% of the max HP. Well, it obviously wants me to grab this one. What is this terminal thing that they mentioned? Added something to the stage. He said regularly smashing things is essential for experienced games. Alright, so this thing is guarding the downloader.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
My turn. With me out here, how can we lose? Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Alright, start queuing these up.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Easy peasy.
This is our chance. Take this!
You have the worst luck running.
That was a lot of damage. Easy there, phone. After disassociation is removed from the enemy, there's a high chance for them to become frozen. That's the downloader terminal. Give it a try. Look on the left, your virtual friends in your brain, and on the right are friends that have been downloaded into the system's RAM. Bring me along to form a 4-person team, which will...
These are the top results.
I didn't ask you a question. Just throw my phone over there. Bring me along to form a 4-person team, which will use the blessing of remembrance up to its fullest potential. Where to join the team? I'm kind of annoyed that this doesn't just auto-slot it in. She's so small. All right.
Rules are made to be broken. You've outstayed your welcome!
Time to twirl!
I probably should have read what she does. Now that I think about it, I didn't read what Herta does.
I told ya I could fight. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Just buff Donong.
Oh, poor you.
Owie.
Try that again.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
With me out here, how can we lose?
Let's go.
Take this!
Time to twirl!
Okay, I think it's time to read what Herta does. Oh no, I just see Herta.exe. I figured Fuli was probably like the Aeon that Kafka works for or whatever. That's what I figured, yeah. Enemy has a high chance to be frozen for every 5 attacks it receives. To extend the session to the system, created a concept of domain. Go through the teleporter in the next zone. Cool. But before that... I need to learn what you do. Deals ice damage equal to 50% of Herta's attack to a single enemy. When an ally's attack causes an enemy's HP percentage to fall below 50% or lower, Herta will launch a follow-up attack dealing ice damage equal to 25% of Herta's attack to all enemies. Okay, so if we can knock someone below half health, Herta will combo. Got it. After using her technique, Herta's attack increases by 40% per 3 turns. Alright. Deals ice damage equal to 50% or higher. Damage dealt to the target increases by 20%. Ice damage equal to 120% of Herta's attack. Okay. Very simple, very straightforward. Here's a map for you. In the first lab, you'll find the progress records. Female Thanos. Fine, I'll do it myself. Second tab records the blessings of... Yeah, obtained. Okay. View blessing list. Is this little feature useful? Kind of. Domain combat, domain boss. Alright. And now we just gotta smack things, right? Just keep bonking.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
I forgot that was what
Told
the auto
you
does.
I could fight. Stay right there while I give you a present. Oh, poor you. Try that again. Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? Oh, it's all yours.
That was
Step
neat.
aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Let's just hit him hard.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Watch this.
Let's make it quick.
Time to twirl. Huh? Ah.
Owie.
You can't run. You have the worst luck running into me.
I think we can just kill them this turn.
Batter up.
Alright, enemies are falling and you can't contain excitement. You are a genius, you are sure of it, your concentration starts to crumble, you love shaking of every leaf, you enjoy the destructive power of the endless thoughts, until you realize that something is wrong with you. This is not you. Uh-oh, they're here. Himiko plus Herta equals autoclear. I have been told that that combo exists. Aha! Akavili, Akavili, a voice laughed wildly. It has been so long, I miss you greatly. Your hairs stand on end. This is the infectious enthusiasm of a madman. They appear before you, without a head, and a mask in their arms. They waved their hand at you, still spinning in circles, their arms hanging in the midair, their muscles controlling their trembling knuckles and their posture like that of a sculpture. I am so sad they suddenly became sorrowful. Why did you die? They whimpered in pain as the tears ran down the back of your hand. You felt like you really had died. You have fallen too long, and the universe has lost its order. They began to clap their hands, then everything started to turn to chaos. This is what I want. I want to hug you. Unfortunately, I'm just an equation in a computer. Oh, that seems kind of cool. They scratched their head. This punk has figured it out again. I have to get Screw'em to edit their data once more. Oh no, they figured out this is a simulation. I have to apologize to you, really. I lay an ambush aboard your train for a whole year just to blow it up with your nameless followers. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. They put their hand on their chest guiltily and bowed solemnly. This disgrace is still pretending. They already figured out you're not Akavili. You're Akavili. You're alive and well. What an interesting opponent. Please play with me more. That's what I want. Grow up and defeat me. They kick the ground with a stomp and fade away. You grasp air as you escape from the torment. Aha, the aeon of elation. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna turn around and desert you. A very elusive one who's probably found themselves living in a game. This fella is very noisy and dangerous. Next time, bite your tongue and talk to them more. Thanks for your work. Blessings of Elation loves to throw surprises which can be suitable for characters that do follow-up attacks. Deals additional damage based on the number of enemy hits and follow-up attacks. Cool. Read his lore? Yep. Let's see. I forget how to do that. I don't think I can do it inside a simulated universe. Unless it's in here. Alright. It will be on the train. Alright.
Turn. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Rules are made to be broken. This is our chance.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
All right.
Time to twirl. Oh, poor you.
30% damage just from freezing them.
You can't run. Time to twirl.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
They're just gonna die from
You have
unfreezing.
the worst luck running into me.
Let's make it quick. Batter up!
You must be honored to meet me.
There we go. When a character launches a follow-up attack, they restore HP. After attacking a frozen enemy, apply dislocation to them. Yes. I just realized this is that level that we played earlier.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? Oh, it's all yours. My turn. With me out here, how can we lose?
Let's go.
Oh, poor you. This gonna hurt.
Alright.
It's too late to repent. The time's now.
Time to twirl! Watch this!
Let's make it quick. Take this!
What are you looking at? Huh?
This kind of feels like a broken combo. Perpetual Freezer. I think I got an achievement. Ultimate Experience Mechalonia. When a character attacks an enemy with dislocation, remove dislocation from the enemy increases the damage received when the status is removed. Goal.
Keep at it.
Bam.
We need a strategy.
Boss time. Here's my strategy. Bonk.
Move carefully. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary
There we go.
is but a
Hit the
vision.
frozen enemies.
Time to twirl! You have the worst luck running into me. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Let's go.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move. Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? Oh, it's all yours.
Rules are made to be broken.
Mega bonk. Hunga bunga go face.
You can't run.
Spontaneous combustion.
My turn. With me out here, how can we lose? You must be honored to meet me.
Step aside. I have no interest in
You have the worst luck running into me.
Let's make it quick.
Time to twirl!
Go. That was surprisingly easy. I think the blessings are the reason that was so easy. Great job, that's it for the day. I've chatted with a few of my collaborators and we've decided to redouble our efforts. Next time you come back, you'll be able to enjoy our official version of the simulated universe. When did you chat with them? There's mini Hertas, aren't there? What tricks are you trying to pull this time? Pretty much a complete overhaul of the upgrade, Herta replies. Skrillum and Ron May didn't think much about it, but Steven is thrilled to pieces. I bet he thinks we're already developing a game here. I mean, it's kind of like a video game. Simulated universe will be closed for a while. We want to give the whole thing a big overhaul and think about what to do next with Aha. Next time you play the official version of the simulated universe, the test version will be abandoned. What a shame, I was just getting addicted. What's up with Aha? Elation is very strange Aeon. They're both confused and clear-minded, and not as stubborn as the other Aeons. Aha won't stay confined to a single concept. They may have seen right through the nature of the simulated universe. You can go. I'll message you when I'm ready. Hang on, I still have more questions, yes? Are the Aeons there really simulations? Do you find them awe-inspiring too? Virtual Aeon is not the same as any old AI. Ruan May and I came up with a way to connect the virtual Aeons to the real paths. Aeons in the simulated universe are the equivalent of a terminal, and their divinity and wisdom come from the real Aeon. Otherwise, that would be the value of the information we get. Have you decided what to do with Aha? I have a basic consensus with Grullum. First, he'll try reducing the partially the values of the simulated Aha, even going as far as blocking their self-consciousness. But that's a little dangerous and may attract the real elation. Uh-oh. If we feel that method is unfeasible, then we'll probably leave this Aha to play however they like, while isolating them from communicating with the other simulated Aeons. Who's Steven you keep going on about? He's our fourth partner, member number 84, Steven Weirdo Lloyd. That guy's a genius with no interest in using his abilities. He spends 2/3 of his time in his adoptive father's fruit shop. He can't get himself excited about something as cool as a simulated universe. Steven did us a favor and asked us to remain anonymous. He doesn't want to make a big splash at all. Perhaps some geniuses wish they weren't one. Forget it. It's nothing. You better beg me to come back. Alright, goodbye, Herta. By the way, there is a simulated universe index over there. You can check it out if you have nothing else to do. But if you're not interested, then forget it. I don't know what that means. Is it not human nature to collect? Look, information about blessings, curios, aeons, simulated universe collected in the index. Index of aeons has come top secret info I procured. Index of blessings allows you to check the blessings you've already obtained. Index of curios, just continue to explore in the later worlds it might end suddenly unlock for you. So, Klipoth is the Aeon of preservation. Devlog 1. Alright. So we'll look at these. The Aeon of Remembrance, Fully. And Aha. The elation, seriously? I don't feel elated when I think about Aha. All I feel is chaos. No other Aeon is as much of a headache as Aha. Aha has no sense of self-consciousness, is utterly unpredictable, does anything on a whim, and plays mortals in the universe like a fiddle. According to poor old Elias Solis' records, Aha once turned the noblesse worm into their emanator, and granted the worm fathomless intelligence, just to see if noblesse worms could enter the genius society. The answer was no. For this pointless experiment, the elation gave the entirety of their path's power to a worm that doesn't even have a fully developed brain, and then just discarded the creature once it had outlived its purpose. Without the Aeon's blessing, the worm died instantly and tragically. I don't know why Elias Solis recorded this in such great detail. Maybe he was shocked by this. This guy's a fucking chaos god. Oh, we get stuff. Stellar Jade. Don't know what that is. Alright. Neat. Alright.
This is Madame Herta, or better known as childhood, she solved the solitary waves theory and the spark model hypotheses. In her adolescence, she found the sigma baryons conversion method. In middle age, she proposed the Herta sequence and published a paper on de-aging. In her senior years, she managed to reverse her own age via de-aging and went on to solve the mystery of the imaginary leakage phenomenon, and even captured and sealed a Stellaron. Madame Herta has saved the planet she was on from destruction 19 times and has met the Eons twice. This space station is her property.
Aight. Well, that's that weird side quest out of the way.
It's getting late. Where to now?
New feature available, navigation. Use the teleport function to fast travel and unlock locations. Use navigation to move quickly between locations. Makes sense. Switch between maps. Select space anchors to teleport and get to the destinations quickly. Alright, I think it's time to start this next other mission. What was it? The Voyage Continues. Smack. Arlon! Yeah, it's me. I got your number without asking. Are you still on the space station? Of course, we haven't said farewell yet. Peppy's emergency contact. The station is launching a program called Project Revival. If you have time, I'd like to ask you for some help. Uh-oh, my phone's credits for this month are running out. This is the last message. Come by, I'll be waiting. Road to Revival. Sure. Find Arlon and listen to the space station. Star Echo Remnants. Legion's campaign has come temporarily to an end. Travelers among... Yeah. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll help out, Arlon.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Space station. All the good taste of
Oh, this is Peppy. Who are you? Woof, 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 woof. This is Asta's pet dog. It's often set to auto-walk mode, which no longer freaks the researchers out. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, 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 woof. Cute, lively puppy. You can tell by wagging its tail that it's like you. The puppy looks up to you with a certain anticipation in its eyes. Let me tease you. If it looks in good spirits, this is a good opportunity to build a closer relationship with it. Pat its head. Woof, 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 woof. Rubbing its fluffy tail with your palms, you can feel the sensation of its tail wagging quickly now. If it looks in good spirits, it's an opportunity to build your relationship. Scratch its belly. Woof. Seems like it doesn't want to expose its belly in public. Never thought I'd find a dog that puts up a facade. Woof, woof, woof. You place your soft little paws in the palms of your hand. Warm paws are really squishy. Maybe it looks like it's in good spirits. Opportunity to... don't play with it. It seems pretty tired. Let's stop here for the day.
all the good taste of Kamokali.
Head of security reporting to... Oh, it's you. Sorry, I didn't recognize you at first. I was just thinking about ways to improve security department's emergency response training. After all, this is also an important part of Project Revival. If the Legion dares to attack us again, I don't want to make things easier for them. Project Revival. Well, Project Revival is set of post-disaster operation protocols that Lady Asta and the heads of the 5 departments collaboratively developed, using data gathered about damage sustained by the space station. It also involves many other confidential initiatives, such as the Curio Collection Squad, security zoning, and the Interstellar Peace Corporation's damage assessment. Sounds very well organized. Well, it's all due to their thinking and proper planning by Lady Asta and the heads of various departments. But the implementation of the Project Revival is not easy, and Lady Asta believes that the number of personnel needed exceeds the previous estimates. Sorry if it seems to come out of nowhere, but would you like to help? You protected me in the past when we battled the Legion monsters. You are truly trustworthy of comrade. That's why I immediately thought of seeking your help. Just order me around as you please. How come you never have anything good for me? Isn't this a good thing? It's nothing too difficult, really. The department staff are busy with Project Revival. Can you please go to every zone in the space station to see if they need assistance? By the way, here's your commission fee, a total of 648. I'm not sure how much I should offer you, since my living expenses are already covered by the space station. I have no idea how much money is worth. We can't put a price on our friendship. Since that's a huge sum of money, I have no clue. Can't put a price on friendship. Hopefully with your help, Project Revival, Lady Asta will finally have a good night's sleep. Abraham Can Asta. Can someone please help me? It's urgent. I need to reply ASAP. What happened? The security department is about to be in position. Darn, did you hit the send all button? Abraham, he's terrified by every little thing out there. The squad has helped him so many times before, he's probably making a big deal out of nothing again. Alas, everyone just ignore him. In the reception hall where I was working on Project Revival, I ran across an insurmountable obstacle. Sigh. I'm sure Alfred would have come to my rescue if he were still around. Oof. Why did I get so many friends? What choice do I have? I'm not one to watch someone from the sideline. Can believes in justice. Love it. So sorry if my research inconvenienced you in any way. I've already taken it on myself to block the rest of your admirers who are still queuing to add you to their friend list. As for all those requests I already received, it's up to you to decide what to do with them. Head to the base and help the researcher in need. Alright. Get to explore the space station a little bit more. Oh, this is that room we were in earlier. Please rest assured that this zone is now completely under control of the Curio Collection Squad. Why is your voice shaking? I remember you. You're that guy who was morbidly scared of death. Remember me? I also remember you, but now I'm not afraid of death anymore. Friends who had once stood by my side and once have already taken the lead are entering the eternal night, and yet I'm still here, knowing that my life will end. Life is but a path to death, but not today. I don't want to die at the hands of those monsters. I will avenge Alfred. Miss Hinkle transferred me here to the obstacle detection terminal, that I could follow the lead of Wen Minged, head of the Curio Collection Squad, to toughen myself up on the front line. As soon as I came here, I encountered a problem about reactivating the space anchor over there. Solution is just a few steps away. It may look like a few steps, but I can't do it, even if I muster all my courage. Well, actually, the activation itself isn't the difficult part. You need to get close to the space anchor, and the biological polarity of your body will be enough to activate it. The real challenge is all the monsters along the way. Back when I was working with the obstacle detection terminal, there was nothing but distant shadows that I could brush aside. Then the invasion happened. When I learned that they got Alfred, my heart began to fill up with hatred. But when I became a member of the Curio Collection Squad, I met them face to face. All I felt was fear. At that moment, Alfred's fading eyes flashed in my head. Short of breath, I was cold sweat over my body, legs trembling. What a loser, right? Couldn't find the courage to go through with it all, and the space anchor had been like this for several days. So you think you can? Leave it to me. I really admire you. Your perseverance and courage in the face of death have inspired me. I'm well aware of my limitations, so I'll just wait here for an update from you. Activate the space anchor. I'm counting on you. Cool. All right. Easy peasy. That's a kill.
Time to twirl! My turn. With me out here, how can we lose?
Let's go. Take this!
Time to twirl! Oh, poor you. This is gonna hurt. You can't run!
Clemency? Never heard of it.
That was easy. Really need to get that Staples easy button.
Reach the end of the story in your own way. We need a strategy.
Don't touch it. That's a big thing over there. All right. Do I think I can fight that thing?
We need a strategy.
Let's give it a shot. It's only level 13. How tough could it be?
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
It's weak to ice, and we have a lot of ice.
Time to twirl!
Move carefully. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision. Great!
With me out here, how can we lose?
Let's make it quick. Batter up!
This is gonna hurt.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking the tires now.
You have the worst luck running into me. Stay right there
Just
while
keep
I
our
give you a
DPS
present.
people shielded.
What are you looking at?
Rules are made to be broken.
This ought to break.
You're out!
You can't run! Time to twirl! Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? Oh, it's all yours!
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Just gotta keep
My
doing that.
turn. With me out here, how can we lose? You must be honored to meet me. This is gonna hurt.
Rain of Purifying Flames. That doesn't sound good.
Try that again.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
I think we're gonna handle this, even though most of my characters are like level 5.
You have the worst luck running into me. Stay right there while I give you a present. Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
Cascade.
Let's go.
Batter up.
It's too late to repent.
Probably need to do something about that.
With me out here, how can we lose?
Let's make it quick.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
You can't run!
All these extra actions are kind of annoying.
Stay right there while I give you a present!
This should end it.
Rules are made to be broken.
Final bonk.
You're out.
Tougher than what I've been fighting so far, but not insurmountable. The special access card is vaguely distinguishable from the others. The corners are chipped and the writings are worn out. It's unclear if it works. When the light is at a certain angle, the words blank can be vaguely printed on the card. Access blank access authentication. Arrows. Preservation. What's the hunt? Icon ability, arrows, the hunt. So I have a copy of this. Can I use them for something other than that? What's the point of an identical light cone? At the start of the battle, the wearer's crit is increased by 12% for 3 turns. Whatever. Amber. Void. Alright. Interesting. Little upgrade for Dan Hung. I forgot I could run. Triple authentication required. Well, that was easy. Left, the hunt. The hunt on the left, the harmony on the right, and erudition in the heart. It's done. I can hear something, but no matter what happens, even if I die in the next second, I must finish reciting this phrase. The hunt on the left, harmony on the right, erudition in the heart, preservation on the chest. Okay. Well done, Abraham. Now you're back already? I only recited the morale chant 167 times. And the space anchor is already activated? I actually activated that a bit ago. I was fiddling around in there for doing extra shit. Actually, when I was reciting the chant, I figured it all out. Since you've helped me complete my task, I already can now continue to stay on the team. I'll eventually hunt down the monster that killed Alfred and avenge him. I'll prove to you that the courage to take that step before long night of death. Okay. I hope this is not the last encounter. Farewell, Can.
My research.
Alright, Road to Revival continues. Heinkel. What is this? Battle of intellects is a source of pride. Physical exertion brings shame. It's complete nonsense. So physical labor doesn't count as work now? Today I'm going to show them all what real work is about. Yep, you show them. Hear, hear. All staff present, attention please. Herta Space Station is undergoing difficult period of revival. In the battle with the Legion, some of our colleagues were slaughtered by monsters and their cold bodies were thrown into the silent space. The cyber attack has erased years of research efforts. The damaged curios are slowly disintegrating in a weightless environment. Everything within sight has been turned into a wasteland, and monsters are still roaming around our cabins. No matter how dazzling the achievements you have made your own, we can no longer afford to live like hermits. We need to mobilize every member of our staff and put down our inherent prejudices and work together to recover the curios and repair the damaged cabins. I'm all ears. If you don't mind, I don't want to hear any more complaints about physical labor, nor do I want to see anyone putting off work. If you're interested in curio recovery, please report to Curio Collection Squad under Mr. Wen Minged in the base zone as soon as possible. Those who are interested in repair work come to me to learn the process. I can help with the repairs. Good, good. You, the young lady that helped Master in the control zone, I have a special task for you. 45 meters out the door where we are now, there's a major road defect. I've checked, and the small ordnance depot on the other side of the defect is swarming with monsters. I'm afraid ordinary staff won't be able to deal with this. Just leave it to me. Make sure to repair the road and eliminate the monsters at the end of it. I have many matters to attend to. Please report back when you finish the task. I gotta go this way. Oh, left safe zone already. Unearthly marvel. Special options light up the blocks and make a physical path. You can use blocks to teleport, reach such blocks, yada yada yada. Makes sense. Got it. I had to hit all of them. Oh. This is awkward with controls. I feel like this would be easier with a D-pad.
Looks good.
Easy peasy.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
I told ya I could fight. With me out here, how can we lose?
Take this!
Time to turn! Oh, poor you. Try that again.
One down.
You can't run.
2 down. Three down. Am I going the right way? I don't think I am. Oh, I'll report to Hinkle. Okay, I was going the right way. I just have to backtrack now. You're back. Let me concentrate and inspect your work. There is a 0.5 ms time delay between the sound reaching both ears, which indicates that the source is in the 3 or 9 o'clock position. The sound is much louder in the left ear, which confirms the 9 o'clock position. That means monsters in the 3 o'clock position have been eliminated. Good job! Such incredible skill. I can't hear anything. You're untrained. It's normal that you can't hear anything. This is a sonar positioning technique that is unique to the space station's ecology staff. In the Herta Department of Ecology, we deal with all sorts of cosmic creatures every day. Developing this kind of ability is just part of the training. The staff of the Herta Space Station possesses many different abilities. After meeting a few of us, you won't be surprised anymore. In short, thank you for your contribution to the Herta Space Station. This is the reward that managed to secure for you from the lead researcher, Asta. Please take it. Thank you. Back when I was an unknown researcher, I was told by the first group of people who worked on the construction of the Herta Space Station, the universe is never friendly. Rather, it's vast and dark. In a vast universe, there are countless pairs of eyes staring at the space station with various intentions. Some covet as curios, while others envy the neutrality and freedom. Others despise it or see it as a chess piece that can be destroyed or trampled on at will. Perhaps we researchers are the only ones who understand the joy, sadness, and epiphany of companionship that has brought us. Which is why it is up to us to give everything we can to protect it. Alright, now I gotta go to when?
It's getting late. Where to now?
Obtain unique currency. Use this currency workshop to repeat recipes, relics, etc. Okay. Man with luscious hair. You're wet. Okay. Let me double check everything. Research topic, no progress, research progress, meeting, report meeting canceled last minute, performance review criteria under evaluation. Good, everything's in place. Now is the best time for scientific research. I don't think I've seen you before. Nevertheless, it seems that our fate has been met with each other like this, especially during the leisure time away from work. You don't look very busy. Don't you have work to do? What should be counted as work? Is sitting behind a desk all day, devoting your life to some random pieces of ill-defined data, or racking your brain trying to come up with a way to deliver convincing arguments for the sake of performance review? Outward appearance doesn't say anything about your work attitude. If your mind is not in work mode, how is it any different from slacking off at work? Similarly, thinking about work during your break is that you should be considered a true devotion to your work. You got it? I heard you need help here? The Majestic Legion, the Chaos in Herta, the Curio Cabinet. Never seem to get a break from it all. Time to bid farewell to research and retire to a quiet, leisurely life. Happy and free. I see you're a lady of culture as well. You've also come here to unwind and even pick the same spot as me. It's not often you get a chance to waste time like this. Enjoy it while you can. If not for all the turmoil going on, I'll still be locked up in the cabin during this so-called research. I've already made it this far, and with a full head of hair at that, no need to worry about other people living better than you. The worst that can happen is that we all perish together. Look at it this way. Even if there's a neutrino burst that heralds destruction, it's still worth to see as such a beautiful sight. I'm so happy now to be freely waste my own life, just so happy. Can you help with anything? What do you say? You've already shared some of my joy? You may as well share some of my chores. We, the Department of Implement Arts, have received orders to take a shock of various losses of the space station. That includes evaluating the areas of railway platform. All assets damaged by the Legion in the area, whether mobile or immobile, must be photographed and reported to IPC. My hands are full already. Why don't you lend me a hand? Don't worry, there'll be something in it for you too. I'll be on my way then. And I'll be waiting for you here, humming some tunes. Cosmos is indeed sight to behold. To enter the photographic recognition mode, there are identifiable objects in the button will flash, alright? Ring mark. Yellow mark. Alright, that was easy. Should probably check on my phone in case
It's
something
getting late.
important is getting texted to me.
Where to now?
All are at staff discount prices. It can't get any cheaper than this.
We meet again, and you're here for vacation this time? Feel free to take a seat next to me and have a break. I took a picture of everything. Back already? You're fast. Well, I have plenty of blank space in this ledger. Let's see what you've managed to capture. The Astral Express and a broken robot. Well, strictly speaking, the Express isn't part of the space station. Hey, you're one of the Express folk, right? I'll do you a favor and add its damages to the books. Broken robot. Streamlined body, silver white mechanic luster. Is this the robot that Asta ordered? I have to admit, she has great taste. Is enough? More or less, I'll put it all in the ledger. You can take a look now. Alright. Level of damage, 100%. Whew, that is a ledger, alright. Are you done yet? No, just nose around. There's only a few lines that concern you, and if there's nothing wrong, I'll take the photos. Seems like there's something odd about that list. Odd? IPC will reimburse us for everything. There's no need to be coy about it with them. Okay, I'll sort out the ledger for submission later. You should go get some rest. And that completes Road to Revival, I believe. Alright, the voyage continues. It's time to do trains. Unable to communicate. Okay. I see March 7th over there. Let's talk to her.
Hey, I heard the news. You're coming with us on the express, right?
Do you want
Do
me to come
I
along?
even need to say it? I think we're becoming fast friends. Isn't that enough? But you look like you've got something on your mind. Come on, out with it.
Oh, how time flies. How did you join the Express? Does this kind of thing happen often? I'm thinking about if I should get on the Express.
Of course you should. Why wouldn't you? There's only 4 of us now, plus Pom Pom. Each of us can have our own carriage to sleep in. You wouldn't have the heart to leave your carriage unmanned, would you?
It sounds more like a problem for you guys. I don't know what the carriage is
Then
like.
come aboard and take a look for yourself.
She makes a strong argument. Oh, how
Getting
time flies.
nostalgic already? You know, when you were passed out, all I thought was I had to look after you. And then you picked up the bat? Just incredible! In the blink of an eye, you knocked that big fella into Mr. Yang's black hole and saved me. I still haven't thanked you properly yet.
Oh, that's how that ended. I forgot about that already.
Nah, we're not splitting up here.
That thing kind of
Crazy
happened.
stuff like that? Not too often. It sure freaked me out. But every encounter I've had since coming aboard the Express has been strange, to say the least. For example, going to the desert to catch something called a sandfish, correcting a gravitational field to flip an upside-down castle, or almost getting my head cracked open by a galena ball falling from the sky while trying to avoid a sleeping reindeer on the road.
That sounds like a very specific problem.
Huh. Looking back now, it all seems quite dangerous. But I had the crew there with me, so the problems didn't seem all that bad.
How did you join
I'd
the
like to know too. I was already on the train when I woke up. I was just drifting out there in space and got picked up by the Express. Amazing, right?
What do you think
I'll
things
be
over?
waiting for you.
Ray of Sunshine, that one is. Someone to talk to and tell Himiko your decision.
So, have you thought things through?
Want to join the Express? Still have something I want to talk to you about.
Go ahead, speak your mind. There's no need to be so formal. You helped us defeat that big fella anyway. Plus, if we keep making pleasantries, we'll waste a whole day. You've done me a huge favor by defending the space station from the Antimatter Legion. And know that while Herta may not admit it, she owes me one. She won't refuse me if I ask for a favor in return. And it's probably not too much to ask for a rare item from the space station, right? How about we continue talking on the Express? I'll make you a cup of coffee. My special blend.
You're taking care of everything you need?
I was ready ages ago. I've been here so many times before. It should have just been an ordinary trip for me. But everything's not so ordinary anymore, is it?
Yeah, normally giant space aliens don't attack that often, I'd imagine.
Walking the same path over and over will never be the same. There will always be something new. That's the meaning of trailblazing.
It's the next stop
As
for the
always,
Express.
to follow in the footsteps of Akivili. Sometimes we stop on other worlds, and we'll continue to do so. There are countless next stops in the galaxy. I love the vast reaches of space, and the Express does too. I want to seek out new worlds, and the Express wants to return to its former path.
Why invite me?
Because you're different.
Because of the Stellaron? I'm very self-aware.
Well, the fact that you have a Stellaron in your body is not something most people can boast about. I think you need a chance. A chance to discover just how different you really are from everyone else. Everybody keeps telling you how special you are and how you have a Stellaron inside you. But that's already plain as day to you. And no matter who tells you, be it me or Herta or anybody, it's not the same thing as feeling it yourself. You have to experience enough to know if you've gained or lost anything because of the Stellaron.
Where's
And to
Dan
know
and Mr.
who
Yang?
you really are. Learn to control the Stellaron, and then you can control your destiny. The Stellaron might still be an enigma, but the fact of the matter is, it's a part of you. And you have to embrace this before you can move forward into the future.
I don't have any more questions.
Have you thought things?
Want to join the Express?
Then come with me.
All right. Train time. Oh, I wasn't expecting music.
Let's go!
It's kind of loud, though.
Time to get on.
Till we make it. Oh, we will see.
I'm over here.
Who are you?
Come with me, take the journey.
That was a very Western-esque train theme if I ever heard one
You
before.
over there looking dumbfounded. Yes, Pom Pom's talking to you. Himiko told Pom Pom about your situation. Now listen up. Pom Pom will only say this once. Pom Pom's sure there have been lots of people telling you how special you are lately. But this is the Astral Express, and everyone on here has their secrets. Since you chose to board, you can abide by the rules. You're not the only special one here. You'd best remember that. I'm Pom Pom, the conductor. Just come find me if you have any trouble.
Cool. Who's the engineer driving the train, though? New feature. Interastral guide. Complete the operation briefing in order to gain the instruction and obtain rewards. Okay. I still don't have everything on this wheel unlocked yet. Oh, that's a lot of things to claim. Enhanced light cones to level 10. Alright. And we got a data bank. Only works for erudition. was easy. Resonate Eidolons one time. Yeah, I don't know what any of this is. Worry about this next time. Look around the parlor car. Welt Yang.
Oh, it's you. How do you feel?
Full of energy.
Great. Looks like your stamina is really quite special. In any case, I have to thank you for saving March.
You guys saved me too.
All I did was calm that thing inside you down temporarily. I don't want to frighten you, but the truth is you won't ever be in the clear while it's still inside your body. However, as long as the Stellaron is still in your body, you should be careful what you do. I don't know if Himiko and I can suppress it again. But I won't bore you any longer. So much happened at the space station, you must be tired. There should be some time until the next warp jump, so feel free to walk around and familiarize yourself with the environment.
Thank you, Welt.
What do you think? Does the Astral Express look the same as you imagined?
It's bigger than I thought on the inside. It looks like a train. As I expected, it looks like a train.
Everyone on the Express is a passenger. We're all heading towards an unknown destination. Like we're traveling together. Maybe that's why the Trailblaze chose such a look. Oh, right. March and Don Hung should both be in their rooms right now. You can go look for them. You youngsters should get along well.
Are the rooms fun?
Oh, you know young people. Their rooms always reflect their personality.
Mine is boring, which is why I have nothing on the walls.
You can go and have a look around. Also, don't mind Pom Pom's antics. They're actually pretty interested in you. It's just that we haven't had new passengers on the Express for a long while. All right, I won't steal Pom Pom's thunder. If you have any questions, just go ask our conductor.
What is this? Unlock after completing the long wait of Blake's... whatever.
Himiko likes using the phonograph a lot. She says it can play melodies from the past. Welt likes collecting these jet black discs. It seems like they could be antiques. He'd be very happy if you could bring a few back.
New song. Uh-huh. Interesting. Ah, so there's that song. Take the Journey.
Hey! You don't have any questions to ask Pom Pom?
No. Why would I?
Is it because you think Pom Pom talks too much? Or is it Pom Pom's age? You youngsters gotta learn to bridge that generation gap.
Where's March 7th's room? Where Don Hung's room? Is that a phonograph?
You recognize this as well? Himiko always likes to bring back weird junk and try to fix it. That also got modified a bit.
Where's
Don Hung's room? Oh, you mean the archives. He's just sorta living in there, I guess. I can't be bothered getting him out.
It's just like March 7th claimed. They each just claimed a car for their own.
March 7th's room is right next to the archives. You can visit him on the way. Oh? Why are you interested interested in her room?
Because she's nice.
Ah, Pom Pom remembers Himiko saying that you saved her. Very brave. Very foolhardy. But that is what a trailblazer should be like. March 7th's room is in the express sleeper compartment. She's always running around, so she might not be there.
That's all my questions.
Pom Pom still needs to prepare for the express's warp jump. You can look around the place yourself. No matter where you go on this train, Pom Pom will always have my eyes on you.
Alright, let's explore the passenger cabin.
There seems to be the sound of electronic equipment.
Oh my gosh. The protagonist speaks!
Who's there?
Scan.
You. The door is not locked. Come in. Can I help you?
Just looking around.
Feel free. This is open to everyone on the Express. While many of the roads that Akivili traveled along no longer exist, I think it's still meaningful to record our adventures as current passengers of the Express.
It's a nice floor tile you got over there.
I enter the collected data into the Archives databank. I try to catalog the people and places the Express encounters, and compare and contrast them with the existing records. Do you see the terminal over there? It can be used to view information already stored in the databank. Do give it a go.
What do? Ah, databank stores basic information collected in the trailblazing. There's only 30 characters in this game. Aren't there like 70 characters in Genshin now? God, this game's gonna be around for a long time, isn't it? Oh, so this is where this is. Interesting. Story and voice lines. Rachel Chow. Interactive voices. Interesting. We don't have any of those unlocked. Traces. Oh, I forgot that this was a system. Not indexed. It's a big cast. The erudition is a hunk of junk. The preservation is a fool. The hunt has no sense of humor, and the destruction is a lunatic. All the aeons are as stubborn as they come. What a shame for Aha. A masked fool of self-proclaimed astronomy expert. Related entries. The Masked Fools. Even an organization like the Masked Fools sing praises of their Aeon. The Aeon will never give you up. The Aeon will never let you down. Or run around and desert you. They will never make you cry, say goodbye, or tell a lie and hurt you. Asked Rickley, super pop star of the Epsilon 12 system. Interesting. What is this? Oh, this is where all the bookshelves go. Interesting. I thought they said March 7th's room was on the way.
The door is unlocked. Should I go in?
They rickrolled everyone.
Just one look should be fine, right?
Okay, we're about to walk in on someone changing. That's what the stereotype is, right? This is a shy full-length mirror. No matter how much you fiddle with it, it won't move. This is a full-length mirror of frosted glass. It may have some kind of hidden meaning. This mirror doesn't reflect your appearance. Maybe it only wants to show March 7th. The mirror doesn't reflect your appearance. Maybe it only wants to show March 7th. Stupid mirror. March 7th desk. All kinds of gizmos are strewn about it. Computer station on the tablet comes pre-installed with IPC's 8-er operating system. The OS might just be more than the whole computer system. March 7th's bed. Intuition tells you that she should be comfier than Dan Hung's. Intuition would be correct. Cozy rest area is the stark contrast to Dan Hung's sparse floor and bed next door.
Make a choice I won't regret. Reach the future.
And you're staring at it for you realize that the memories of this wall aren't just your adventures. It's kind of creepy. How did you manage to shoot some of these angles? Of course. Fucking, fiction. One of the most common running gags in fiction.
Hi. Hello. Attention all passengers. Attention.
Door's locked. How's it going? It's glued. Now that I think about it, the scale on this train is kind of massive. Just looking at the size of the doors. Yes, the chat is always on follower mode. It's one of the ways we deal with the bots. Sometimes we'll put subscriber-only mode on games where I'm trying to avoid spoilers.
You took long enough. But at least everyone's here now.
And if I really don't want to hear what they'll say, I'll put emote only on. Where's Don Hunt?
He won't be here, so just leave him be. Oh yeah, take these.
What's this?
A tiny bonus from the conductor to the passenger. Think of it as an investment in your future growth.
What'd you give me? Level 2. Oh, so this is a reward system. Okay, this is basically like Adventure Rank. Travel encounters, EXP, credit. Teller J, credit. We've only done like 2 missions. We have a lot of these levels already. I don't feel like we've played the game all that much. We're like, what, 7 hours into the game at this point?
Okay, everyone, hurry up and find a place to sit down. Try not to be like March. Always running around the express like a headless chicken. Pom-Pom's going to start the final preparations for the jump.
The voyage continues. Add friends, receive support, and challenge strong enemies. What's the level cap right now?
Sounds sounds nice. If only I could go out on expeditions with you.
When are they adding Pom Pom as a playable character? How's my Trailblaze level? Upgrade mission. Oh my god, it keeps going. Oh my god, it keeps going. 70. Yeah, I'm not hitting that anytime soon.
There you are. Wait, this is your first trip. So that should be double the excitement, right?
Yep.
That's the spirit. I was excited the first time I experienced a warp jump too, but I'm used to it now. Don't worry, you'll get used to it too. And before you know it, you'll be a mature and dependable passenger just like me.
That's not what Pom Pom said.
The first step is to grab a hold of the root cause of your anxiety.
Can't just grab something like that. Okay, got it.
You really got it, huh? The second step is to focus all your anxiety on that point.
Okay, I'm ready for step 3.
Seems like you're a natural. It's not easy to reach this level of enlightenment. Now for step 3. Yank out that anxiety and cast it away with all your might.
I did that before step 1.
Really? I've never been able to do it successfully myself. What does it feel like? Like all your worries have been swept away?
Well, I mean, there's the dangerous and inconsequential fact that we are in space, but other than that, yeah, it's all gone.
This is your first time experiencing the warp jump, so a little discomfort is unavoidable. If you're really anxious about it, I can stay here and have a chat with you.
About your companions.
About everyone on the Express? Who would you like to know about?
Nice. Lore. Pom Pom.
To be honest, I don't know when Pom Pom appeared. I think it was before I came to the Express. No, wait, maybe it was after. Pom Pom is like the spirit of the Astral Express. Whenever anyone on the Express needs help, they will appear immediately. It would be ill-advised to underestimate them. Pom Pom is terrifying when they get angry. Yes, it's terrifying.
I'll take your word for it.
She's the owner of the Express. We joke around calling Pom Pom the conductor, but everyone knows Himiko is the boss. It all started with her encounter with the Astral Express, and they haven't been apart since then. She's...
Is this the afterlife?
Extremely passionate, like a burning sun. However, she remains mysterious most of the time. Once in a while, you feel that she's burning herself out, trying to accomplish her dream. Only someone like her is worthy of the Astral Express. I think Himiko's vision of her whole life revolves around a very important dream.
Dan Heng.
Dan Heng is a lonely child. He may appear distant and cold, but his heart is kind. Perhaps he's the way he is today because he spent so much time on the run. Sometimes he reminds me of myself when I was young. We don't know what he's running from. He once told me that he didn't know either. All he knew was that something was chasing him, and that he had to run away. First from the Xianzhou, then the IPC. So he boarded the ship of a troop called the Morning Actors, and escaped the IPC. After a while, he made his way to the Express, and he's stayed here longer than anywhere else. Don't worry. No matter who or what wants to hurt Dan Heng, we won't let them. Those who dare attack members of the Astral Express should be prepared to suffer the wrath of me and Himiko.
March 7th.
Did Himiko tell you about March 7th? She was trapped in ice, floating through space. We happened upon her and rescued her. It was a unique type of ice known as six-phased ice, a substance that adheres to imaginary law, meaning that external forces cannot change its form. Whoever sealed her inside the six-phased ice, no matter who it is, did so either to protect her or banish her. I believe she had been floating through space for some time.
For all we know, she might be the oldest one here. About the Stellarons.
It's impossible to trace the origins of this phenomenon. When it's observed by humans, or should I say, once it begins to affect the physical world, it's already too late to reverse.
Okay.
It's like a sudden storm that appears on a calm ocean. This phenomenon causes the smooth journey through the expanse to be filled with dangers. The mechanism whereby this mutation and corrosion spreads is the Stellarons. It promulgated rapidly, like cancer cells, so the Interastral Peace Corporation named it the Cancer of All Worlds.
Ah, so they just call it the Cancer of All Worlds. It's not literally a cancer. Anti-matter
They are
legion?
the army ruled by the Eon of Destruction, Nanook. As Nanook's followers, they stand against all life and civilization and execute the will of destruction, disseminating chaos and calamity. Their actions cannot be explained by reason, because their only motivation and purpose is to destroy.
Fragmentium?
Fragmentums are a phenomenon of corrosion. The mainstream school of thought is that Stellarons catalyzed the appearance of fragmentums. All matter and space that comes into contact with the fragmentum will be turned into fragmentum creations. However, you don't have to feel too burdened. At the very least, the current state of the Stellaron in your body is very stable and will not cause distortion to the outside.
I don't have any other questions.
What's wrong? You look like you were about to say something. Oh, I think I know what you're going to ask. You've come to the right person.
He summons a synthetic black hole, and Himiko has the essence of an orbital laser, so Dan Hung is pretty safe. About the Astral Express.
Ooh, you want to know more about the Express? I'm glad. After all, it's an important companion of ours.
About the history of the Express.
The Astral Express was a tool created by Akivili the Trailblaze, who used it to transport themselves and the Nameless across the galaxy. It is rumored that there are other vehicles like it, but the Express has no such records. When I found the Express, its memory had been severely damaged, with much of its valuable information lost. All I know is that the Express is an aspect of creation built by Akivili themselves and used to travel the cosmos. As for how it was built and how it was damaged, I do not have an answer.
Where's it
The
headed?
Express is traveling on a route that the Trailblaze once embarked on. The names of some destinations have been lost, but the first and final stops were both at Pagana, Akivili's homeworld. We speculate the Astral Express started its journey from Pagana, stopping at each destination along the way before returning there for its next journey. However, the appearance of the Stellaron has caused a delay at each stop.
All right.
There's a legend in the galaxy. The heart of Akivili themselves lies in the core of the Astral Express, providing it with the power to travel between worlds. But I found no evidence of that aboard the Express. Besides, the Express existed before the Trailblaze fell. There's no way they could have had two hearts, right? However, it is likely that the Express possesses some sort of mechanism to transfer power from the Trailblaze. It wouldn't be possible with a normal Pathstrider. The
Akivili.
fallen Eon, deceased Trailblaze. Their passing is still a mystery, but of all the known eons, Akivili was the closest to mankind. In the databank aboard the Express, it is recorded that they walked among the mortals, adventuring, fighting, and celebrating with them. Although they were an eon restrained by the Prima Mobile, Akivili enjoyed a freedom similar to us mortals. They were different from most. But their passing came so suddenly that it was thought they were killed by another eon. I don't believe that to be the case.
Well, based on what we got from the simulated universe, it sounds like Aha did it. About the galaxy.
The galaxy is endlessly vast. I wouldn't know where to begin, especially when you ask me like that so suddenly.
I just realized, are we taller than her? And we're both wearing heels. About nature, about aeons. Oh my gosh, there's so much here.
I've been to many different worlds, yet I still know very little about the galaxy, simply because it's too vast. As for its nature, there are a few theories that I can share with you. The most popular is probably the Cosmos Tree theory, proposed by Xandar, emanator of erudition and the first member of the Genius Society. He compared the galaxy to an enormous imaginary tree, with its leaves being individual universes. Therefore, only eons who draw their energy from the imaginary and emanators who are blessed by eons can travel through the spaces filled with imaginary energy. That's why planets where civilizations exist are so similar. However, the theory has its flaws. Elias Salas, the 56th member of the Genius Society, invented remote detection, disproving that the imaginary is unique. This shook the foundation of the Cosmos Tree theory. There are other theories as well. The stretching theory, the heat torch theory, and the parallel imaging theory. The Riddlers claim the galaxy is just a dream, and IX's followers seem to like that claim. Eons are the most mysterious beings in the galaxy. All we know is that they ascended from the form of intelligent beings. As for the how and why, even the geniuses over at the Genius Society haven't the slightest clue. Upon ascending to eonhood, that being gains power over the paths, free to choose the allocation of imaginary energy however they wish, while suffering the restrictions of the Prima Mobile. The Eon of Destruction seeks only to destroy the universe, while the Eon of Erudition wants to find the answer for all that exists. Meanwhile, the Eon of Preservation continues to forge walls, and the Eon of Enigmata devotes itself to obscuring all that is known. A cloud of mystery shrouds the Eons. I heard Madame Herta recruited a team to try and solve the mysteries about them.
Yeah, we helped her with that a little bit. Factions.
Compared to the Eons, the factions are much easier to understand. Mortals with the same objective gather together to practice their understanding of eons and paths. Many eons are unreachable, but the factions are close to us. After Akivili trailblazed across the galaxy, people became aware of the existence of other worlds. Gradually, more people started trying to use the power of the eons to travel between worlds. The Interastral Peace Corporation is a good example. They worship Klapoth, the Eon of Preservation, but somehow became the largest economic entity in the galaxy.
I'm getting Zhongli vibes from that guy.
Another example is the Genius Society. There are no shortages of eccentrics like Madame Herta who dedicate themselves to scientific research under the protection of the erudition. These factions possess the same power as us to voyage between worlds. It would be hard to travel through the galaxy without them. The birth of an eon gives rise to a path. The nature of the paths remains a mystery, leaving us to draw an analogy in a way that mortals can understand. It's a philosophical concept of sorts.
Yeah, Aha claimed to have done it and blew up and broke the train in the process. That's the only reason why I'm suspicious of Aha. But why would Aha lie to me?
A person is considered to be on a path when their will overlaps with that path. If the person has a strong enough will, they can draw power from that path. Those who can do so are called Pathstriders. Pathstriders possess extraordinary power, but are still insignificant compared to the Eons, like a drop of water in a vast ocean. Sometimes Eons will bestow a mortal with their power, making them an emanator of that Eon. I should mention that once a path is open, it cannot be closed, even with the fall of its Eon. That is how we are still able to travel across the stars, despite Ocuvili's passing.
Alright, Trailblaze.
Trailblaze is our mission, and the source of strength that powers the Express to travel across the galaxy.
Oh god, there's like subcategories to every one of these.
Explore the unknown world to continue our journey ahead. Understand the local culture and immerse ourselves within it.
Oh, these ones are much shorter.
Establish a connection with the new world. Rejoice with it and share in its fears. Connect worlds together, carving an endless path.
Yeah, that kind of defines trailblazing to me. Sofa. Are you ready for the next planet? Yeah, I think we've already been going for 2.5 hours. Probably best to not.
Huh? What's going on? Did something happen? Pom-Pom isn't a robot. Train conductor needs brakes too.
There are different rooms on the Express, and actually there are different facilities as well. Of course, the Express has things like bathrooms, but when the passengers overindulge in drinks from the food truck, they have to wait in line to use them. And why does everyone always leave their phones on the bathroom counter? It's so weird. I'm always finding people's phones there. Makes sense to me? Yep. You know what? Let's do this. We'll end off with this, because I have not done this yet. Meshing cogs. Meditation. Meditation. Find fruit. Cornucopia. Data bank. Passkey. Light cone. Post-op conversation. Passkey. Amber. Alright. Well, that was neat. Stargazer. Obtained and completing trailblazer lying in rust. Interesting. Level 21. Alright. Level rewards. Well, so far I feel like we've made a lot of progress, surprisingly. And I didn't have a single problem with the game running this time, so that's also good. So yeah. Next time I guess we'll see where the voyage continues. Wait for the jump. Until then, see you all in the next stream.
noise.